Everyone is playing a role in your life. I say this because I have seen a lot of conversations about, you know, having friends who fulfill all your needs, having partners who fulfill all your needs. And I think that is wrong. Like, I think that is a very, very shallow way of looking at things because everybody has their strength, everybody has their weaknesses, and the partner you marry is going to have their weaknesses, and some of their weaknesses might be the strength of your friends, and some of their strengths might be the weaknesses of your friends. It is important if you really, if I feel like if I want to be the most sufficient, the most efficient in various things, I need to be able to depend on the strength of my friends and my partner, their strengths. Like, if this friend is really good with finances, I want to be able to, rely on them with for my finances, reach out to them for my finances. I want them to be like, I want to be able to put them on whenever I hear something about finances. The same thing, if I have a friend who advises me, who gives me great advice. I have a friend who pushes me to the limits, like who keeps pushing me to keep going, like, you're doing well. Even when I'm not doing well, this friend is there shouting, you're doing well, keep going. I support you, man. Like, you're the best. Just proper hype man or hype woman, like just hyping me all the way. Even when I'm going the wrong path, they're still there hyping me. That is what this friend does so well for me. And then there's another friend who gives me as blunt as possible. It's like, bro, you're shit. Like, bro, you're trash. You're trash with this thing. Like, you're terrible. Like, we are not getting out the hood. Like, there's friends like that. And then there's also going to be friends who will be telling me stuff like, bro, I think this is where you can work on it. And then I think this is where you can get better. I think this is where you're already good. Friends who have that balance. You might want every friend to have that balance, but the truth is not every friend will have that balance. And then there's going to be friends who are just, super party mode. They're always in the party mode, and they want to always call you when there's a party, and, they're just all about party. They don't like anything moody, or they're not all about silence. They don't like that. And then there's friends who love silence, who if you hang out with them, it's proper silence. Like, they don't like talking too much. They just want the silence. They like having that flow of energy without words. There's going to be another group of friends who are super emotional. Like, if something is going on in your life, you talk to that kind of friend, they will be so emotional. They probably cry with you. They will be so sad with you, all that stuff. And then there's friends like me who struggle with being emotional, like who struggle with being like openly emotional. Like, yeah, you're crying. I can't be crying with you, man. I'll be asking you like, yeah, cry. That's what the emotion is all about. You're supposed to cry. If you're sad, you're supposed to cry, so cry. And yeah, you just have like different friends who have different strengths. Like, this is what they shine at. I think it's important to let your friends shine at what they shine at. Like, stop trying to bottle up every quality that you like in one friend. I think that people should, be able to shine at what they shine at and just be themselves, because that's what makes us human. There's things we're going to shine at, and there's things we're not going to shine at. There's things we're going to be good at, and there's things we're just going to be, just there. Not good, not bad, just there. And then there's things we're going to be completely terrible at. Yes, we can work towards getting better, but again, everything is about priority. If I'm looking at different sections of my life, things that I want to improve on, being more hype person is probably something I don't want to improve on. Like, I will tell you what's going on in your life the way I see it going on. Yes, there's times I might hold back. That's different. Holding back is different from hyping. Hyping is a bit forward. Holding back is just, taking a chill pill, and then launching attack when when necessary. So I think that as human beings we have priorities, and we might not prioritize what you want us to get better at. We might prioritize other things. So it's important to take advantage of the strength, the things that we are already strong at, rather than trying to make us become more strong at things that we are not strong at. People will be whatever they want to be. If you see somebody, look at their strengths, accept them for their strengths, pray to God maybe that they get better at their weaknesses, but you can't be expecting them to get better at their weaknesses, because expectation is the killer of joy. And the moment you start expecting somebody to build on their weakness and be maybe stronger in their weakness while completely ignoring their strength, you're just setting yourself up for sadness, because a lot of times they won't change, they won't get better at it. It's just what life is about. Yes, people will get better at things, but they only get better at things that they are interested in getting better at, things they prioritize. So when you keep expecting that from people, you just don't, you just set yourself up for failure, for sadness, for disappointment. So I think it's important to appreciate the fact that everybody plays a role in your life. Everybody has individual role that they play in your life. Your mom might be the emotional one. Usually moms are emotional. Your mom might be your emotional corner where you can talk about anything, you can cry, you can all that. And then your dad is like, I know I'm being cliche here and I'm being stereotypical, but it is what it is. Like, generally this is what happens. But if it's the other way around too, it's fine. Like, your mom might be the one who is very tough, and then you can't cry around your mom, but you can cry around your dad, who is more emotional. Whatever it is, like, people just have various roles they play in our lives. And then your siblings, maybe your elder brother is the one who, whenever you ask him for funds, he gives it to you straight up. And then the other brother is like very critical about what you use your funds for. You need those two people in your life. The one who gives you funds easily, you might need to call him whenever you need urgent funds and you don't have time to explain why you need it. And then the one who is critical, you need him to, sometimes you need to call him to kind of have proper conversation, and like, do I actually need to do this thing I'm thinking about doing? Like, and then he will actually put you through and help you. You either end up doing it or you don't do it. But I think that everybody has a role in your life. And the moment you start appreciating the fact that everybody has a role they play in your life, the more you start appreciating people for who they are. Because when you meet somebody, you now start looking at them like, you know what? I actually like the fact that you are super, like, bubbly, and then they will feel appreciated and they will want to, keep doing that for you. And then you meet somebody else and you're like, I like the way you just keep quiet. Like, I don't know how to be that silent. Like, I just like that. And then they will just keep be themselves around you, and you won't be having arguments about, man, you don't fit my vibe. You're always sad. You're always... As human beings, we are a lot of things put together, and when you start narrowing yourself to just a certain kind of people, you leave certain parts of you undiscovered. Like, you leave the silent, like, if you hang around people who party every day, and you're never around somebody who just wants to be silent, you end up leaving a part of you undiscovered. Maybe that part of you is when you're silent, you get ideas. You never know this because you have never tried it. Maybe this part of you is when you're silent, you begin to confront yourself about things that you never had the time to confront yourself about. When you're silent, you learn more about yourself. There's just things that if you don't do, you will not really, really know. If you don't do, you will not discover it, and it will just remain invisible because you're not doing anything to discover that part. So, yeah, appreciate people for the roles they play in your life, and look at people for who they are, for their strengths, for their weaknesses. Like, just focus on their strengths, ignore their weaknesses, and hope that, maybe pray that the most you can do is pray that they'll get better at their weaknesses, but don't expect people to get stronger at their weaknesses. And that way you can just really, really appreciate people for who they are. All right, thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you in another video. Peace. Keep being positive.